Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Video Game Collectors Podcast. I am Matt Rose. With me is Josh Byerly.
Hey, it's just another episode, you guys.
I apologize for missing a couple weeks here. We've both been been a little tough to line our schedules up, but had a couple people messaging me, and we just wanted to get this out there. We just had Heritage Auctions today. What's the date today? 6/29/21. So June 29th. And we just wanted to go over them real quick and give our thoughts, and then go over some wins, because I know I've got a bunch stacking up. I'm sure Josh has some sitting around.
I got some.
Your whole room is a win, so
Yeah, that's it.
there's that too.
That's a huge win.
So let's hop right into it. Let me
Let's hop right into it. Huh?
Let's hop right in. That's what she said. All right.
That is what she.
That is what she said.
Okay.
Look at that. That's some Apple II.
That's a Galaxian. Yeah, those actually I feel did pretty good. 92A plus Galaxian for $132. These are Atari soft games. Moon Patrol 96A plus plus for $95. Somebody wanted Galaxian a little more than Moon Patrol today. Those are fairly common case pack games, so they did good.
Are these your games?
These are not mine. I sold the Apple II games I sent to Heritage, so they're neat. I like them. Return of the Jedi. This is an Atari home computer game, so Atari 400/800 is a cartridge, not a disc or a cassette. And this is by Parker Brothers. This box is bigger than your typical 2600 ColecoVision and Television Parker Brothers box. And you can see it fills out that WATA holder very nicely. It actually fits perfectly inside of one. So it's snug as a bug in there. That thing is a 96A plus plus. $252. I think we've talked about them on Clubhouse a little bit. That they've been out there in the market for a while, sealed in case packs. They dried up probably
2 years ago.
A year ago, I think they were gone. But it's a cool game, and they're all pretty nice. The Parker Brothers Atari computer games are awesome. There's a couple other ones that are, I think, fairly unique to the Atari computer. Well, no, I guess Astro Chase was released on 5200 as well, but the boxes are unique. Cubert's bigger, Frogger's a bigger box. They're just all these same size, and they're cool. So some are downright rare to find sealed. So, yeah.
Sweet.
The Earth Dies Screaming.
I thought this is a cool cover for me. I don't know.
Pretty cool. I've never played this game, but I do like the cover. I do collect 20th Century Fox games for the 2600. Like I said in the past, half are very, very hard to find. Half are fairly easy to find sealed. I think this one falls within the fairly easy to find sealed categories. There were some case packs. Things like Worm World 1 and Mega Force, Porky's, those are the harder ones to find sealed. But this still sold really well. 9.6 is a no-joke grade on this game. These games never have plastic, so you pull it out of the case, and it's usually got this white ghosting and scuffing to the box. But that one did pretty good. $312.
Yeah, it surprised me. I didn't know much about that game.
Mm-hmm. And scrolling. Football, Frogger, Joust, Pete Rose. Pete Rose is an interesting one. The Joust sold for nothing, $57. It was a 6.0B.
Yeah. It's beat to hell.
Pretty crunchy looking, but yeah. $57.
Pete Rose, I was surprised, only went for $74. I mean, it's a 9.0 A plus. it's right where you want to kind of get most of your collection if you can. And $74, I mean, that doesn't even cover grading and shipping, really.
Yep. I think we talk about that a lot, how there's so many good deals on Atari right now.
Yeah.
And maybe our viewers don't believe that they are good deals, but I believe they are.
Yeah.
I didn't buy that game tonight. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy much tonight. I think I bought 1 or 2 items. So,
Well, and then
uh,
Frogger, kind of holding a little bit. It's a red stripe 96A plus plus for 660. Obviously it dropped from the highs, but what if we even thought about it this way? We're seeing a decline in Atari from where the peak was recently, but think about it this way. What were these same games selling for, 5-6 years ago? That's a better way to look at it.
$29.99
Exactly.
Pixel Perfect 80 was selling them for $30 a piece, maybe 40, 40, 50 on Frogger. But Strawberry Shortcake, Sky Skipper, Amadeus, they're all going for $20 to $30 a piece.
Yeah, and
straight out of the case.
And what was a Jouster, Pete Rose going for?
Pete Rose is going for $20. I mean,
Yeah.
these prices, but that was the thing. There was no real reason why people want to buy these. And I guess if you want to argue there's no real reason why people want to buy them today, then you're not my friend. I don't know what to say. But they're cool. High grade is tough on them.
Yeah.
Parker Brothers boxes in the setup style box, like this Frogger, high grade is not as difficult because they are a very rigid substrate, more of like a board game box that Parker Brothers. Look at it like that. It's a board game box essentially, but the proper term for that type of box is a setup box. So you got the tray and you got the lid, and they kind of rest on each other. So when you play Candyland, you got a box and it's a setup box. You take it apart. They're very rigid. They very rarely have damage, but sometimes do. I have a Frogger that is brand new. It's not a red stripe, and it's just looks like somebody set a 15-pound weight on it and crunched the whole front side. So they do get damaged. But there are quite a few of them. They're nice. Frogger's a classic. It's a great cover. I think they're always going to do pretty well based on the IP of the that is there. So,
and then we get down to 7.0 CIB Pitfall.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
$67.
Yeah, I thought I was interested to see that there was a CIB in here. I think it was probably a new copy that was sent in, and some store had taped it up because it has a big piece of tape on the back. And so Watt is like, it's a reseal. It's been opened a couple times. We got to grade it as a CIB. And the person was like, sure, let's do that. Yeah. So it sold for nothing. I bet the contents inside are pretty nice. The light green box comes with the blue Activision label cart. So it's a generic blue cartridge, not a cart. And that was more along the lines of a subset that Atari collectors would go for. They'd get the Activision games and then be like, oh, there's also these blue Activision games and these blue iMagic games that when Activision went through a strange transition from Activision, I think it was to Digimark, back to Activision, but it was only like a year. And that's when they had those blue cartridge labels, and that's when they believe they acquired iMagic and then re-released iMagic games in those black boxes that we see, and those also include a blue label cartridge. So a little bit of fun Atari business there. I thought that this Secret Quest was undervalued. It's really late Atari game. We're talking 1989. I think people need to put that year into perspective. The NES is killing it. Super Nintendo's right around the corner of being released. And right here, you're getting an Atari 2600 game.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
This was released on 2600. to market with a re-release of a 2600 system, and to market with a 7800 to sell it with that. So making it cross-compatible. But it's the red box style. You see quite a few case packs of these games. This one you do see. But pulling a 98A++ out of a case pack is definitely not guaranteed. I would say on a game like this, you'll pull some 9.6s and 9.4s and maybe a 9.0 on each end, but 9.8 very rarely.
Yeah.
So
$216.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a 9.4 no seal skiing, $100. Spider-Man still kind of hanging in there a little bit here. 9.8 A++, 1,020.
Yeah, strong price. It's fair, I guess.
Yeah, it just seems to be holding right around there. Not quite the 10,000 it was before, but.
Oh. I've been talking about it recently with friends and other video game collectors. I think Atari is a good buy right now, and I know everybody just gets stuck on nostalgia of our generation for NES, but we can't.
Yeah,
I think it'd be stupid to forget that it was a monumental step in video games.
Oh yeah,
with the Atari 2600 and all the other smatterings of systems that came along with it, and television, ColecoVision, and all that jazz. So
Vectrex.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Vectrex. Man, I would love some of those. It's like the Vectrex is like the TurboGrafx of the era. For collectors, everybody wants it. Whenever I have Vectrex stuff at game show, it doesn't matter if I price them higher than eBay or right at eBay prices. They just sell. I'll sell every copy, every game, Vectrex game I have at an expo. Or maybe that will change in the future, but I always, whenever I'd have them, they'd be gone in the first 15 minutes. It was crazy. Okay.
And then we have another title match, Pro Wrestling, 9.6 A++, $144.
Yeah, I've not seen a 9.8 on that game yet.
Uneventful. 9.6 no seal. Pac-Man 5,200. That caught us a little off guard because we were chatting while this was going on. $456.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think people realize how hard it is to get 9.4 and up on this particular Pac-Man.
Yeah.
The case packs that I've seen of these, they're pretty screwed up because 5,200 games, the licensed ones anyways, not the Activisions, not the other oddballs that are out there, but they came 3 to a case pack. So you're pulling 2 on one end of a box and then 1 in the middle. And I've opened a couple and they're not that nice usually. So that's a nice copy. This was also a 5,200 system pack-in one of the 5,200 releases. It is, and it does have a not for resale sticker variant as well. This probably came out of a nice case pack. That's a nice grade. I can't say I've seen a 9.8 on a 5,200 Pac-Man. Fairly decent port of the game. A lot better than the 2600 version.
So you'd say the pop report on this is 7.5. Is that the
7.5? Yeah.
Yeah, 7.5.
All right, let's move on down to NES here, Matt.
No advanced Dungeons and Dragons 9.8.
That's
a
a nice
plus.
grade. I have a few case packs and I've opened them and I've looked for 9.8s and I don't think any of mine are 9.8s.
Yeah, in television. Nice. Yeah, $372. Yeah, let's hop into NES.
The nastiness.
The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Now, a bunch of you were talking about how difficult this game is to get sealed in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's not one you see often. It's a SATA game. This is 89. It's a pretty good little platformer, fun.
Mm.
It's got some good old school IP to it. It's a good game.
85 B plus for 360.
Yeah, I think that was a good deal. I should have bought that. I don't have that game.
Yeah, I was going to say it felt a little bit low, but I suppose when you're starting to
I
come
hate
off of,
seeing a price like that now. Going, God damn it!
well, you come off of Atari and you're kind of in that mode, and then you hit NES and it's
Yeah,
like
well,
shift gears.
I think Back to the Future didn't sell very well. That was $900. It's the 92A. A lot of times, I feel like where we are with video games and market growth is directly related to the IP of a game,
Mm-hmm.
what's on the cover. I mean, you and I both know this game is pretty much garbage, but it's
Yeah.
a pretty rad name. So,
Oh, for sure. And the cover is obviously awesome.
mhm,
And
yeah.
it's Back to the
So
Future.
$900. It was a good deal.
Yeah. And
Good
then,
buy for someone. Good sell for someone, I guess.
sure. And then this caught me off guard because I didn't really follow Captain Planet much for Nintendo during all my collection years, but 94 A plus for $3,360.
Hmm. I think that was pretty good. It's a hard to find sealed game. I'm surprised that this was in a weekly, but at the same time, I think it's not a bad thing that a game like this is in the weekly because there's so much good stuff in the signature, and this performed pretty well.
Yep.
Um, I'd love to get a copy of it. I did not bid on this. It's got higher than I would have liked to pay, but I think it did strong, and I think the seller and buyer are both winning on something like this
Sure.
because it's hard to get sealed. Dudes with attitudes. I think we see these every couple weeks, but I think people are going to get a wrong, a misconception about this game being something that they see all the time. Any AVE game, I can't imagine that they made more than 10,000 of each of these games total ever. And so when you see these often, I guess people just get this idea that, oh, it's common, I don't want it. Or, oh, I have no idea what this weird, obscure, tomato-ish looking head of a video game is with a pirate patch.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. $324, that was a good deal.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, when I see AVE, I tend to, veer away a little bit, even though I've never played it. And I think that's just kind of like, I don't know. I suppose
there's
that's
very few AVE games you actually really want to play.
Yeah. 98 A plus Friday the 13th oval seal, $1,320. That seems to be what the last couple have gone for.
It doesn't seem to matter. Oval, round.
No.
I don't know which one's going to shake out to be the harder one to find. I think round is more common. I have an oval 98 A plus that I got from my BFF, Andrew Morgan. And I love it.
Sweet.
Game I don't love so much, but that's okay. I know Eric likes it, or Braveheart buddy.
Yeah, he might be listening.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe.
I'm gonna shit talk him at the end of this, so yes, listen to the whole thing.
Zelda Circle Seal this isn't a TM, is it? Or is it? I might click on this one. Let's take a closer look. Let's take a look. See.
Oh, it's a Circle R.
Circle R. Okay.
Circle gets the square, baby.
Circle gets the square. Just wanted to confirm on that.
Yeah, 456 for a
CIB 6.
CIB 6 is okay.
Yeah. Mappy Land 94A, $780. Wow.
Yeah, I like it. That's strong. I feel like actually. Obscure mouse arcade port game.
Was this yours?
No, this wasn't mine. I have one.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Yep.
So
that's why I was asking. I was like, oh, Well, I'd feel
No,
good if
Matt.
I'd feel good if you sold it for that. So
No, let me see if I can grab it real quick. Hold on.
I was rooting for you.
No, that one's mine. It's actually.
Well, hold on to it, and we'll take a look at it here in a minute, because I'd have to stop sharing.
Oh, okay.
And then go back. So,
Can't even see me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Probably good. You can't see me because I'm not wearing any clothes.
Oh. Well, I can fix that. No.
You send me some clothes?
No.
I'm kidding. Okay. Marble Madness went a little
What's a 60A?
sane here. Didn't go mad.
$312.
Marble Sameness is what this one ended at. $312 is 60A.
Yeah.
People got scared away of the grade.
Yep.
I did not. I bought something in here. Did I buy that one? I don't know. I can't remember. Let me look. Dooby dooby doo. Yeah, I like this game.
Marble Madness is great. It's
fantastic game.
One of those you can rent and have fun playing.
Yep, you could still rent it today if there was a video store that rented video games. But
yeah, but
there isn't.
We've bought them all out, so now they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's one, or maybe there's a couple, but
yep. Okay, Mickey Mouse Capade's 80A.
That's what you bought.
No, I didn't buy this.
Okay.
I
$930.
Yeah, I think that's a good deal.
Oh, I totally missed this. Miss Pac-Man. I did not see this go because I think we were talking about something. Or no, I lost my audio. I lost internet for a little bit. 96A plus $1,440. Wow.
1440, yeah. Miss Pac-Man. I won one game. I like.
What was
Reservoir Dogs on PS2.
Oh, okay. So we'll get to that here in a. So we have the double Miss Pac-Man. So that was the Namco, and then we get into the Tengen, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. 92B plus $720.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's the cuter Miss Pac-Man?
Apparently the Namco.
The Tengen. Yeah. It'll all shake out, and Miss Pac-Man Tengen Sealed will be the harder version to find. Yeah. I heard it here first. June 29th, 2021. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pinball Hang Tab, 8.5. I was bidding on this, and then I lost internet.
Sorry, Matt.
No, that's okay. That's $216, whatever.
So the Rocketeer 8.5 NS, $132.
We got Shorter Order, Explode.
Shorter Explode. It's a cool dual game that's for the Power Pad.
94A plus $264. Sky Shark. Wow. These are relatively affordable. You really 90A, $216.
Yeah. You could have had all four of those games for under $1,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But then we get here to Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingston, 85A, $480. This was a steal of the auction, my friends. That's if you like hard to find sealed NES games or just hard to find NES games. This is tough. 1992 release Electro Brain game. They don't get a lot of love. There's other ones that are equally hard to find sealed out there that are titles like Ghoul School and other wonderful Electro Brain games from the library. So I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't think. It must be too late. But Ghoul School is tough to get for sure. Super Glove Ball.
Yeah.
This game sucks. But it was made for the Power Glove. You can play with your regular NES gamepad.
Really?
The D-pad.
75A, $114. I was actually interested in getting this because I have a nice copy of it, but I should have probably bought this to put with that special Power Glove just for fun. and then keep my graded copy out.
Yeah, it's so bad. Tetris 94B plus.
Yeah.
Nothing too special about this guy other than it being Tetris. Not an early release, not a late release. Somewhere just smack dab in the middle.
$1,560.
Yeah. People who say that bees don't get love, that did pretty good.
Man, just think if that was an A+.
Mm-hmm.
Stuntman, Ultimate Stuntman, 90B, $360.
It was fun as hell. Okay.
And then we move into Super NES.
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
The gems here are the Xian's Revenge, the Victoke game. It's a 96A plus. That's tough to find sealed, and it sold for $408. The Street Fighter Alpha 2. Starbucks is dumb. I just want to hit these highlights real quick, Matt. Street Fighter Alpha 2 was also the other deal here. This is very, very hard to find sealed. It's a 7.5A. It sold for $870. And someone was sleeping there. I mean, those are the two games that people should have been going for in this auction. And instead, people were settling for a post-1998 release of Super Punch-Out.
Oh, this was nuts.
Was a CIB.
Yeah, this was a CIB. I think this threw everybody off.
$552 on this thing. I think people really, really need to be educated about what they're buying here. Not that it's CIB, but that it is a late release Super Nintendo game, not an early one, indicated by the E rating on the front of the box, because ones that were actually released in 1994 had a K through A rating. What Nintendo did is they take all these games in 1998 and they're like, let's make games and put player's choice on them. And let's give these games to Majesco and let them release their garbage over here. And so Nintendo takes these games and they're like, player's choice, boom, let's release them. And then they take other games like Super Punch-Out, Wario's Woods, Tetris Attack, there's some other ones, SimCity. Even though they did do a SimCity player's choice earlier, they re-released it as an E-rating game. And they are still made in Japan, so they look like an old version, but they are a later release of the game. Essentially the last printing or revision of these games. And they were on the store shelves up until at least 2001. So take that for what you will. They are not as special as some of the earlier ones. Sure, they look nice and clean, not player's choicey, not Majesco-y. They got a nice vertical seam on the back, so you can get your jollies off with that. But they, in my opinion, are trash as well. So, sorry for the rant on that. I just think people should know about them.
I think it just caught everybody off guard that it's a CIB. Maybe they just weren't awake or something, but 552, I don't know.
I look at that letter rating and I'm like, oh man, it's a E rating. That's not a K through A. I don't want that crap.
Well, how does T play into it? Because you've got like Street Fighter that has a T.
Bear in mind, I'm talking about re-releases of games, of first-party Nintendo games, right?
Yeah.
This T rating game only came out one time, and it was in 1996, and it's clearly stated the date. There's no real good database to have this information out there or anything other than reading forum posts over the years. Or, I don't know. There's just not good places to find this information out. But that you only get a teen rating on this because the SRB changed from, well, no, maybe they had teen out then. I don't know what it was then. But K through A changed to everyone eventually.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Because you look at SimCity Player's Choice, and they're K through A.
Huh.
Okay, and you look at SimCity Other rating, and they're rated E. Everyone. And those are after Player's Choice. So you get SimCity No rating, SimCity
K through A.
Player's Choice K through A, SimCity Everyone rating. SimCity Everyone rating is way easier to find than SimCity's player choice K through A rating. But SimCity no rating is absolutely absurd, batshit crazy to find sealed. So
Gotcha.
that sucks. Explaining that, I'm sorry. And there's no set rules. Well, there are set rules, but they don't make any sense. So, okay.
Dr. Mario.
What do you think about this, Matt? You take the Game Boys. I don't want to talk about them.
Game Boy Dr. Mario 98 A++, $1,140. I'm a Game Boy fan, especially of any core games on Game Boy.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I played Game Boy. I had Game Boy. I bought Game Boy, so they hit home with me. But when you start getting into advanced and stuff like that, it just kind of loses that feel for me personally. $1,140 doesn't surprise me at all, especially with a 98 A++. It's a big title, great grade, great platform. I mean, I don't know. I was hearing other people say that this was a steal, and I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I think this went cheap. It's got Mario on the front of it, and it's a 98 A++. $1,100. I don't know how this didn't go for more, actually. Maybe there's a bunch of them. I tend to think that there are a few Dr. Marios sealed out there, but still, you're not getting 98 A++s. It's cool as hell.
Yep.
I really liked puzzle games on Game Boy more so than, say, platformers or RPGs.
Well, yeah, you can play them.
Puzzle games are what I feel like the Game Boy really excelled at, like Tetris, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Mario, they're fun on Game Boy. A lot of fun. I have more good memories playing those two games on Game Boy than I do have than playing them on NES. So I agree this went cheap.
Yep. And then we've got a 9.2 A+ Final Fantasy 3.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a Sunsoft, not a Square.
Yeah, this kind of falls within that realm of re-releases, right?
Okay.
There's no rating on here though, so don't let that confuse you. They just decided like, oh, we're going to re-release them. They didn't slap a rating on a game that had already been released. Maybe they didn't have to. I don't know the rules there, but it is a 1998 release, as it says on the label. Even though this game was released not in 1998. Sunsoft came second. Square did not. It came first. So
$660.
Excuse me.
And then we hop back to 91 for 92A Operation C, $1,560. Nothing like Contra.
I love this cover on this game. I've never played this.
I can't say that I have either. I was trying to think, and
But man, if I was shooting a scorpion that close, I would be pretty scared. That is a big ass scorpion. I think this should have sold for a little more. $1,560. I just don't think people are looking at this as Contra necessarily. I don't know. I think that was a good deal. Kind of wish I would have bought that. I don't have $1,500 falling out of my ass.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm tapped right now.
I took the night off at the strip club, so I don't have it there. So,
of course, got a yellow Pokemon 7.0 A+, $2,880.
Let's call it $3,000. I'm gonna round up there. That's a good deal.
Black E.
Like, yeah, Black ESRB, $3,000. That feels like the sky's falling, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. This is cool. Player's Choice.
Mm-hmm.
Million seller copy of Super Mario Land, 6 golden coins. I don't really mind these variants just because the logos look really cool on them. It's a 9.2 A++, and it sold for $2,000. Seems a little high, but for a Player's Choice, but still, and for it being a 9.2 A++.
Yep.
But, as you can see, that was released in 1996, right? That Player's Choice released in 1996, K through A rating.
Yep. Oh, I see. Yep.
Case in point, right?
Yep.
So, first party, but Sunsoft and Square are going to do their own goddamn thing and release a game in 1998 under another publisher. And so it's garbage. So,
but this says it was out in 92.
Yeah, but the release on this came out in 96, the Player's Choice.
Okay, so they listed when the actual game came out, but the version.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't think they've always done that, and I think Wada just recently started doing that.
Oh, okay. We don't need to get into that.
No, but don't let Frogger dissuade you from ever thinking that it's not worth picking up, because the Game Boy release of Frogger is actually quite rare. The standalone Game Boy release. This is a Game Boy Color release, which is not that rare. But Game Boy Frogger, pretty difficult to find. CIB sealed, whatever. Okay, let's move on. And this BioFreaks was mine, and it just died. So I have a hard time when I have a game going. I can't get out there and really just pump it up. So I didn't really say anything when this was going. But
it doesn't say the Josh Byerly collection on it. Otherwise, you would have quadrupled your value there.
It wasn't my collection. I bought it off Heritage a year ago.
But it touched your. It
probably more.
It touched your hands, though.
It did.
Yeah, so it's your collection.
God damn it! I should Sharpie all the back of the games I have. Just say. Get a big metallic Sharpie and sign them all.
This just slowly just grew and grew, and I'm like, I don't know that I've ever played it. 90A plus, the F-Zero X.
There's something about these type of games in this era of gaming that just make my head hurt like a bitch. I'm not kidding. Pardon my language, but it just these 3D games that there's racing and the tracks loop around. I think like Extreme G or Forsaken, where you're on this 3D plane and you're just going in every goddamn direction. And it just is hard to follow. It looks sloppy. The graphics look sloppy. I do not like this game. F-Zero X 90A plus sold for $1,300, and BioFreaks, which is a cool cover, sold for $132. So screw you, F-Zero.
Big title.
F-Zero Super Nintendo is really cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Hydro Thunder was also mine. I was very happy that it sold for $156 because it's not the best grade. It's an 8.5A plus. Okay. There were quite a few case packs of this at one time, so I did not want this game, so I sold it.
Okay. Paperboy, wow. 98A plus plus 1320. Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice grade. I fell between two games that sold for over $1,000. How do you like that? And okay. Yep.
This one was just bleeding the whole time. Oh, it went forever. It felt like.
Well, I was okay with that because that is also my game in this auction.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. 96A plus.
Sold for $384. I've had this game forever. So when I say forever, I'm talking about I bought this game probably in 2005. So
wow.
It's going to a new home because I really don't do Game Boy Advance.
Yep. Lots of case packs going on here. Case pack of games, $65. March of the Penguins. That's crazy to me that you can buy a case pack of games for $65. Another one, Nicktoons Collection Volume 2.
That's a Game Boy Advance video. I don't think people realize that they're video on here. Wada hasn't graded any of those yet. I think they're cool. The Game Boy Advance videos. Cool might not be the right word. They're essentially just plug a cartridge in and watch 4 episodes of a cartoon. 3 or 4 episodes of a cartoon.
Okay.
They're their own unique, stupid thing.
Okay.
They were the UMDs before UMD. Videos on a cartridge. Okay, let's go to GameCube.
Yeah.
Game.
Wow.
TMNT. I can't say that word. TMNT. TMNT.
98A
Those are
plus.
just letters.
They are
Teenage
just
Mutant Ninja Turtles Ubisoft version of a really horrible game. This game sucks if you've ever played it. I'm sorry to dog it. I know it's the Turtles. It's always going to sell for $500 to $10 million. So take it for what it is. I don't know. This game sucks. There's 3 other really great Turtle games on GameCube, not by Ubisoft, and I recommend those. Those are by Konami, who does not make shit. They make good stuff. Ubisoft made a bad Turtles game. Konami made good ones. Okay, we're moving on. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This is listed as a 92A
yeah.
early production.
Yeah, okay.
Heritage doesn't want to get into the weeds with this.
Yeah.
But I do, because this is a made in USA version first release, not a made in Japan first release. Don't confuse it. One came after another. They came out together. Okay. Likely to being distributed in, say, let's just hypothetically, one was the made in Japans were shipped to Target, made in USA's were shipped to Walmart, or maybe vice versa, or one was sent to Kroger or something. So made in USA's are easier to find. Made in Japan's are not as easy to find. So bear in mind, people are going to look at Smash Brawls and go, oh, it's got the Wi-Fi logo up there. That's the first release.
Yep.
No, there's 2 other releases after this one, which would have been a first. This is a first one, along with the Made in Japan first one, that include the Wi-Fi logo as well. There's a Players Game of the Year version, and we're just talking like fairly good recognizable variants. And then after they removed the Fighting Game of the Year was the note, and it's right around Link's shoulder is where the emblem is, and it's printed to the front of the case. That's the 01 version, and that is only made in USA. I think there's some Canadian one with some French language stuff on the Fighting Game of the Year part of it. But then there is the Made in Japan did not get that version. So the next version will be Wi-Fi logo. That part is removed. And then the teen rating here, it is still a black tee. And then it has French language underneath that area, the ESRB area. So it's a little bit bigger of a T. And the number on the back is 102. So, and then after that, the Wi-Fi logo is removed. The T is changed to a white T with a black background, and it is number 103 on the back. So those are your 4 made in USA variants that you need to know about. Ready to go to bed, Matt? You look tired. Okay, that sold for $456. A first early production of Smash Brawl. That was a good price. I think it should have sold for more, but someone got a good deal on it.
Yeah, I thought that was low considering
for what that one is.
Yep.
That's a good deal.
And then we hop into some Genesis.
No, we hop into some Master System.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah. Casino games, I was the underbidder on. I just got mad because I was getting outbid right before it was ending every time. And I probably bid too many times on it. So that was just one I don't have. So I was trying to go for it. $360, 940 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Spy vs. Spy 90A sold for $780.
Oh.
All right.
Now we go into Genesis.
Okay.
Anything stand out here for you? I mean, we've got a 96A plus Mortal Kombat 2, $1,440.
That's nice. I think those are undervalued.
Yep.
That's the best Mortal Kombat game. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition in the clamshell. I think it's hard to find. Dan Riga disagrees with me.
No.
I'm waiting for him to send me pictures of massive amounts of these. I'm really excited when I see him because I don't believe him. I think this is a hard game to find. Clamshell, made in Japan, MA13 rating. It's tough to find. So
948, $1,200.
$1,200. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Tiny Toon Adventures Acme All Stars basketball video game. This was from the Indiana collection. It's a 7.5B plus. Not the nicest condition. Not bad. Very, very rare game sealed. Somebody got a great price on it. Sold for $252. Damn. Should have bought that. Yeah. Guardian Heroes 908 plus. Got some love at $600. King of Fighters 99. I almost won this game just because it was so low. And I'm glad I didn't, because I do not want to go down this road of things Japanese Dreamcast games. Unless it's called Ikaruga. Then I'll be okay. Space Hulk Vengeance of the Blood Angels 988 plus sold for $456. We've talked about this game in the past.
Yep.
We had a new guy on Clubhouse tonight. He came in and we said, "Oh, Space Hulk," and we were talking Space Hulk, and he's like, "Oh man, I didn't even know there was a Space Hulk game. I just bought that. I think that's awesome." And I was like, "Cool." So some new guy came in. I can't remember his name, but it was nice. He was talking for a little bit. So.
PlayStation 1.
No, I don't really care. I do care about this 2002 FIFA World Cup. This is pretty difficult to find sealed. Somehow I missed this.
968 plus $312.
Yeah. I would have bought that. Damn it.
You love your sports games.
Well, it's more of a challenge than anything anymore.
It's FIFA.
I'm like, this can't be that hard to buy all these sports games, but it's very hard. You'd be surprised with how many stupid baseball games there are on PlayStation 1.
A lot. This surprises me because I remember finding these on eBay for $100, $200. Now they're a lot more. 98B plus Final Fantasy 9, $2,100.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
That's interesting.
We've got what? Trilogy. We don't even need to go there. Oh, Jet Moto. You know about this. I don't. 948 plus $1,680.
I think this game got a lot of room to grow. This is early PlayStation 1 game. Mm-hmm. This is right after they moved away from long boxes. And the original release, not the greatest hits. So Black Label, I hate that. But let's call it that, I guess. So $1,680 is what this sold for. 948 plus. Hard game to get sealed. Cool game. I bid this up. I was around $500. I would have happily bought it at $500. I have one that will probably be a lower grade than this, so I was going to go after this guy.
Isn't this the one Sean was asking or needs?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you buy it?
No, I don't. No.
Oh,
no, I'm tapped out right now. I'm recouping.
Jumping Flash is a cool game. Kind of got a nice cult following behind it. Hard game to find on the PlayStation 1 in general. Just kind of a hard game to find. This one's sealed as an 8.5A plus, obscure title, but it got zero love and it sold for $360. I have a copy of this. Otherwise, I would have been a buyer. I can't hoard Jumping Flashes. I just can't. I got to draw a line somewhere, Matt.
Sure. If you got one, move on.
Yep. I mean, Spice World sold for almost as much as a Jumping Flash. This is ridiculous.
It was a 968 plus, man. Spice World.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Here, I do want to hop into now. A lot of guys on on Clubhouse were confused by this, and I know you and I were not. It's a 9.4A Tiger Woods 99, $1,200. It's about time.
Yeah, this is also not even the first release. So this one has the South Park Easter egg removed. I guess it's an Easter egg. You can put the game in your system, not your PS1 system. You can put it in your computer, and within the files there was an episode. I can't remember what it was labeled, but it is the South Park episode of which one is it? The Jesus versus Santa Claus episode, and you could just watch the episode on your Tiger Woods disc. So,
So what is the defining factor? Is it something on the back that
yeah,
says...
it's a unique part number and a unique UPC. So they figured out the issue, recalled the game. There's, I think, a made-up number out there saying that they released 100,000 of them before they caught it, which I don't know where that data came from, but it's harder to find for sure. But this is still the first Tiger Woods PlayStation game, video game. Yeah. Came out on PC at the same time. So if you want to do your due diligence and buy the first releases of Tiger Woods in a video game, got to get the PC version too.
You can get deals on those still. I see them popping all the time, and they're not that much money, but
yeah.
Yep. I was excited to see this. Obviously, we all have copies. Mine are a little bit beat up, but yeah.
Yeah. So this Warcraft 2, the Dark Saga, 6A++, used to be my game. Talking about that a lot these days.
Yep.
I sent this thing in, and I'm like, man, this thing is a sure shot at getting 9.8. Like, it's just beautiful. And I'm like, I'm going to keep it. It's fantastic. I love it. I had it for a long time. And I get it back. It's a 9.6A++. And I'm like, what the hell? So I just sent it off to Heritage, and it sold. I don't know who was looking that information up in Clubhouse, but they're like, yeah, this is one that sold down. I'm like, oh, that was my old copy. And I swear it was going to be a 9.8. And they're like, oh, yeah, on the back it says there's something loose inside the disc. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, there was nothing wrong with that. But then I got thinking, and a lot of these earlier PlayStation 1 games, they had inserts in with the discs. So I guarantee you, 99% sure, what's loose inside this disc is just an insert that's flopping around, Electronic Arts insert. And WATA maybe saw that as something that wasn't the case. Maybe they thought it was a piece of plastic or something, and that's very likely why this grade got docked to a 9.6 and not a 9.8. And I wish I still had it, but I don't.
$1,800, you can have it.
Yeah, I think that was still a good deal if it's a 9.6A++. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I think that this game has tremendous upside on the PlayStation 1, but has even an even better upside on the MS-DOS first release of Warcraft Orcs vs. Humans, which is really hard to find new sealed condition. And there is a Dragon Ball Z case that I didn't buy any of.
I'm pretty sure I linked you to all of those. Just letting you know.
Okay. Let's finish this up. That makes me mad.
$1,000 for what you could have used to be able to buy for $250. Just saying.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to buy popular culture stuff. So I'll just buy this stupid soccer one instead.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no worries.
Trilogy pack by itself, not WATA graded. $168.
Normal.
I guess I don't know. I think the Liberty City Stories was cheap. I think the San Andreas was cheap, and I think all the Guitar Heroes went in it for cheap. So.
Liberty City
Stories. Yeah, this is after the security devices aren't on video games, so post May 2005.
Yep.
It came out in 2006. There was an 8.5A, sold for $312. These are going to get tough to get, and they're part of those Grand Theft Auto sets that people want. Not the best sellers out there. So then we got a security strip copy of San Andreas, which hit a 98A. I'm 96A plus. If you have a 98A and you don't want a 98A, but you'd rather have a 96A plus, I will do a straight trade with you any day of the week. Not kidding. If you value that little plus on there more than the number, I'm happy to do a trade. Putting that out there.
$2,280. You could have had both.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then we have Trilogy, and then we got a whole string of Guitar Heroes.
Yeah, Guitar Heroes were cool. I think, the underbidder on Guitar Hero 3. I just don't know. I was bidding on this one because I thought it was cool. This is the first Guitar Hero game that I played and bought, and I probably should have bid a little more. I would have bought this game and kept it sealed. I think it's a fun Guitar Hero. They sold 240 for Rock in the 80s, 94A plus, $360 on Guitar Hero 2, 96A plus, and $168 on a 90A. So for the Guitar Hero 3.
Lego Batman. I know you used to love these 96A plus.
I do love these, and I think that they're a fantastic game that is undervalued. They're a fun game. I sat and played it in 2008 as a post-college graduate. And I think it's a wonderful video game to sit down and just play. Mindless entertainment. So perfect game for a kid to just kind of learn the dynamics of a 3D platformer. A little bit of puzzle, a little bit of challenge. The Lego games are fantastic for that. So I think they're undervalued. Every little kid had Lego Star Wars, Lego Batman, whatever. And those kids in 2008, that were playing those games, that's their first introduction to video games. I had friends who had little kids, and they were of the age where they starting to figure out video games. All of them had these games, and I guarantee you, those kids that are now in elementary school, they're going to be in middle school, they're going to be in high school, they're going to be in college, they're going to be going, man, I want to get a sealed copy of Lego Batman, the video game, because I have such good memories playing that with my mom. That's my first memory of video game is Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones. And they're going to be batshit crazy in value one day. So I think they're the perfect recipe for that. So.
And then
okay.
you got
maybe you disagree, Matt. What do you think?
No, I agree. I feel like I didn't miss the boat, but now I'm just gonna have to pay more to get into them.
No, we can still find them.
Yeah, but I have so much other things I'm focused on that I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah. And then we have the game you bought.
Yeah, I bought this. I don't know why it's a C plus. It's kind of a tough game to find. It's Reservoir Dogs. Great movie. Game's pretty good, actually. So 92 C plus. Yeah, I'm okay with that. $79.
Yeah.
I think my invoice total on Heritage was like $100. So.
Or you could have had a Silent Hill 2 98A plus for $3,000.
Okay, I got one for $400 off eBay a while back.
Oh, there you go.
I have it graded here in my house, and I love it. Okay. What did that game go for?
Which one?
Sky Gunner.
It just says bidding is closed.
Okay, don't worry about it. Okay.
Got some rent. Well, let's just
Donacy case pack. Those were interesting case packs in this auction.
Yeah, kind of skipped over this Street Fighter Alpha Anthology, $360, case of 12.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's hop right into it. What do you say?
Minecraft. It doesn't have the price on there. That's the first production Minecraft, what they're calling it. But this is the first release of Minecraft on 360, the first console release, the first a variant that makes it the first identifiable release of Minecraft. So I think I said that right. It's a 96A plus. This was my consignment. It showed up earlier than I thought it was going to be in the Heritage run of games. And that's fine. I sent them 2 of them to auction. One was put in the signature auction that's coming up and ending in 9 days. And then they ran this one before, and I was hoping they were going to run it after or sometime down the road. I don't like it when games get in the mix of things. Sure, maybe they're trying to set a comp, but when games get in the mix of stuff like this where they're actually very difficult to find sealed, it creates this perception of like, oh, that's a modern common game, and that kind of pisses me off. But I'm not to the extent like, fuck this, right? Like, I just like it. Just like, oh, I wish it would have been a little different. But it still did fairly good. I think it undersold a little bit for what the title is.
968
it went for
plus
2,700, or what did it go for?
No, you broke 3.
3
I wish
20,
it would
not to me. So that's including the buyer premium. To me, I netted $2,700 on it.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, there we go. So it sold for $3,240.
Look at you bid on this, Matt.
Yeah, I did.
Holy cow. $1,000.
I would happily pay $1,000.
I would probably pay $1,000 for it. Well, I think a lot of people would buy it for $1,000 now, seeing what it ended for. I picked this game right around $5,000. So
yep.
I think it undersold a little bit. They're very hard to get sealed. Very, very hard. So, and I've talked about them a little bit in other places, but I don't think we've really discussed them here. So the first releases of this, you'll see on the WADA label. Well, you can do it back here.
Yeah,
so
I'll zoom in just for fun.
Let's let it clean them up a bit. So it says right here on the bottom, says above the Mojang and the Microsoft Studios, it says includes 2-day gold trial to play online with your friends.
Yep.
The second release will state get an Xbox Live trial or something like that. I can't remember.
I always immediately just go to the back and I look very quickly for the includes 2-day and then oops, sorry. Mm-hmm. And then I look at the top here and I just make sure that there's just one line of text, because if there's text on both sides, I know it's Canadian.
Yeah. So that is unique to the game. And at the top of it, since you can see inside these cases, you'll see a little piece of paper that flaps around inside that is your pass for your free trial, your 2-day trial. So the UPC is also unique. Did I already say that? Okay. And on the spine, you can't see it in this photo, but it is part number 0000000000001, something. Lots of zeros and a 1. GW-00001. But on the WADA label, you'll see that it says with Xbox Live Trial. That's how they distinguish it. So, yeah, they're very hard to find. Second prints or later releases of it have been selling for around $2,000. So I think the first one is the rarity on something like this. It's probably 10-1. For every 10 first releases, for every 10 second releases, you see one first release, and maybe that's even a little higher. I don't know.
I think it's more rare than that, but that's just
really?
Me.
Yeah, I was just going off the fact that when I was buying these in 2020, I didn't really know about this variant, and maybe a few people did, but I was really just trying to track down as many sealed copies as I could get for, $50 to $100, because I believe in this game, and I do dealing all the time. I sell stuff, but at the same time, it helps when you buy stuff like that. It helps in the discovery of what you're doing, and I encourage other people to do it too, because it helps you train your eye to looking for variants and unique things, how to spot reseals, how to see how a game's different when you stack them up amongst them. And when I did that, I had these games, and I had 30 or so, and maybe a few more, but I I stacked them up, 30 sealed copies, and within those 30 sealed copies, I had 4 copies that were first prints. And I noticed that those were different. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Are these resealed? What's up? So I started looking at them closer. I'm like, oh, the serial number on the side, you can see there's a sequence, and they're all a little different. And some of them had these inserts in the top. And so I started looking at them, and there was a clear variant on it. But significantly harder to find than the second release. So that's kind of it. That's Minecraft. I don't actually really like the game Minecraft. That's not something that I'm into. My kid likes it. But... So I see you have a fireball in front of you, Matt.
That was a pickup you talked me into buying.
I talked to you into buying that?
Yeah, I sent it to you, and you're like, you should get that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so
it's
then
because I have one.
Oh, look at that. What's your 98A++?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I think this cover is really cool. It looks pretty boring. You look at it first glance, and you're like, that's boring. But you look at it, it's a really nice painting, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's a really cool, supposedly, picture of the sun, I imagine. But it's intricate. I think a lot of times we don't look at the covers on these with a keen eye. Starpath Supercharger games, the artwork is really, really cool on most of them.
I honestly just thought, after watching so many Heritage auctions and seeing the Supercharger games, I always thought they were really cool, and I was like, I'd like to have one of those.
Yeah, so how's the condition on that?
It's going to be like this is probably going to reach it. There is one little thing here. So it's going to be in the 9s.
Yeah.
This Terramite, so probably 9.2A, 9.4A.
You see how flimsy those boxes are, though?
Yeah.
Like, so getting this 98A++ I have, I'm like, I think when people hold these ungraded, it just helps you understand how hard it is to get a 98A++ on something. Yeah. After you send it in, you're like, oh, that only came back an 8.5? I thought it was perfect. Like, the 98A++ is an absurd grade. 9.8 anything is really, really difficult to achieve.
Yeah, just assume that's perfect. So if you see any little flaw, well, guess what? The best way to look at it is this. You search and scour that whole game, and you find one little thing, just picture a 0.2. Knock it off. Find another little thing, 0.2, knock it off. Find a big thing, that could be up to a point and a half. So that's just kind of, that's the fastest way to grade a game, in my opinion.
Right. No, I think you're spot on with that. So I think it's a rad game. Oh, did you get one of these? Simpsons? A Black Label Simpson? Come on, Black Label, bro. Come on. Just kidding.
You don't like this?
No, I do like that. I have a Greatest Hits.
Greatest Hits.
I need to get one of these.
They're so deceptive because nowadays you're running into these and you're thinking, oh, that's a reseal. It doesn't have a security strip.
Not that one.
Not this one.
There is a really, 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 really hard to find Simpsons game on PlayStation 2 sealed.
That's
so.
Yeah.
Simpsons skateboarding.
Ooh.
I've been looking for a while. I'm losing faith. So.
Yeah, I was just happy to get this. I think I got it for, I don't remember. I'll embellish if I was going to say 50 bucks.
I bought a stock photo from Deal Tavern and it was the Greatest Hits. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure it's Greatest Hits. I'm thinking about it.
I have some fun stuff.
Can I show you what I got?
Yeah.
This is a
Cool Spot.
It's Spot the video game. Cool Spot didn't come out until Super Nintendo. So just straight up Spot the video game.
988
but it is Cool Spot as a mascot. 988+. Peter Trelia sent me this game just because he doesn't like Spot, and he's cool as shit. It's like, here you go. I'm like, really?
Wow.
So I owe that guy something. That was awesome of him. I absolutely love Spot video games. So thank you to Peter. He's the man. God, I love this shit. So I really do. I really love the Spot games. Did you buy it, Hooters?
Hey, these are not easy to find. I'm telling you. I saw one of these sell on Heritage once, and I was like, I want one of those. Because I know it's going to be one of those silly things that people want down the road.
Down the road, man, Hooters aren't going to exist.
That's probably true.
No, it definitely is true, Matt. It won't be around.
It'll get canceled. What else you got?
I don't know. I redid my game room here, and it's coming along. It's all about organization at this point. I got shelves back here. This computer sitting on a New World and Nintendo cabinet I got out of Portland.
Yeah.
That, Robin brought to me. Thank you to him. It was really awesome, and it's fantastic. So, but this room is set up like a store almost. So I think you can see behind me. That's also World and Nintendo cabinet down there. It's kind of a shorter one, but it's really rad. And yeah, you can walk behind it, go look at the other World and Nintendo cabinets. I got the bottom of a World and Nintendo cabinet over here. I need the top piece. So if anybody knows anybody with the top piece to that sucker, I'll buy it. Yeah.
Sweet.
So those are finds that I've had. Found them in my game room.
That's hard to beat. The World and Nintendo cabinet.
I know.
That's a pretty good find.
Yep. All right. What you got here?
It's a lot better than a Call of Duty Finest Hour. I think this is an underappreciated game. For sure. It's got. This isn't that great a grade. It's got some issues to it, but hey, sometimes you just take what you can get. And then
that's what she said.
Yeah. And then I only have one more. I've been saving these up. I was really excited about this.
Oh, man, that is nice.
And it's a nice game. Actually, I take that back. It does have you could see it here on the spine.
Yeah, a little ridge.
Yeah, you can see the ridge on the spine. I actually think that came in the shipping. That's what ticked me off. Yeah, it got crushed.
That is a very common
drives me
type
nuts.
of damage on a 10-gig game.
Yeah. But other than
mine is all crunchy. The gauntlet I have, what is the seal you have on that one? What's the seal quality? Front. There's variants on the 10-gig games. So it's the black seal quality. So hold on a second. Let me see which one I have. I think I kept mine for a reason. Yeah, I kept this one for a reason. I got it off Amazon and I was like, oh, it's just so beat up. But I kept it because it was this one. And I have the one that you have there. So
isn't there one? There's one.
Mine, but it's not that nice.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I mean, these things are just flimsy boxes. This is a legit seal on this game, but you can see it on mine. Maybe you can't. I don't know. It even has a tear on the flap under the plastic.
Wow. So, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. It is what it is. I don't mind. It's going to be a 6.0. It's fine.
And then we need to figure out a giveaway.
Yeah?
Yeah, Michael said to go ahead and give this away or do something with it, do something fun with it.
Now,
maybe we can give it away, auction it off. We can do whatever we want.
Is this the sealed one?
Yeah, this is the one we obviously we deemed both of them legitimate seals, but we opened one of them last time and he was okay with that.
The one that we opened, I think Dan Gomez sent me a message. Did you talk to him about it?
That it was a reseal?
The one that we opened was a reseal.
Yeah, okay. So it was a legitimate reseal then.
So this one is not.
This one is real. So
This one is real.
yeah.
So if Michael wants to give it away, Michael can. But
Yeah. So we need to figure out something fun. What do you want to do here? You want to make people comment on the video? Something?
yeah.
Something. You want to do like the funniest comment?
Sure. Funniest comment. No, let's not do that.
No?
No. Tell us your worst experience in being backdoored
Oh, gosh.
in the comments.
Oh, there's going to be some big comments.
I want to know because I think it sucks. And I think it sucks when people try to justify their shitty behavior even worse. I think that's what bothers me the most.
Yeah.
Pretend they did nothing wrong.
Yeah, backdooring these days is getting more popular, and it is not a good thing.
It's not just even the backdooring. It's just don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's gonna come back to bite you.
And if you're okay with being a piece of shit, I guess you're okay with being a piece of shit. So,
so you want the best?
It's on you. Live with it, I guess.
Backdooring story over the funniest comment? Really? You want the best backdooring story?
Yeah. And I want names. Down. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we're gonna do the funniest comment on that note. Or, yeah, sorry. How about this? The most intriguing comment. Just comment, and the one we like the best, you get a free game. Maybe it's backdooring. Maybe it's a funny comment. Maybe it's just the only comment. You're getting a game. You've watched it this far. You've suffered through us this long on this video. Mm-hmm. You deserve a game. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just comment, and maybe we'll get a game. We would have loved to have had Dan on our show tonight. We thought he was going to be here.
Actually, I did think he was going to be here. Because before I came on the show, they were still doing the clubhouse, and I went in there and I was like, "Hey, I got to get off to do this this podcast thing with Matt." And Dan's like, "Oh, you guys want me to come on?" I'm like, "Yeah, come on right now." He's like, "Oh, I got to go to bed." I'm like, "Oh, you asshole."
That's weird because he told me he was busy digging a hole to China with a Wii controller.
You got a list of these, Matt. Just coming up with them on the fly. I see you look down for a second. You're like, which one am I going to use this week? So,
mark that one off the list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wii
controller digging the China. Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard when he has to hold the nunchuck on one end and dig with the other.
Oh, good point. I didn't ask for specifics. I just wished him luck.
He just kicks it around with his shoe.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I guess Dan, you could leave a comment, and maybe you'll win this game.
Sorry, Dan.
Gosh.
But we're in Oregon. We're almost Canadian. I guess it's fair game.
Oregon.
I'm not almost Canadian.
We're in Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregani.
It's my new favorite type of paper sculpture.
So thank you. What?
Yeah, thanks. What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
What do you think of all this VHS shit?
I'll dive into VHS. What talk to me about VHS. What are you talking about? I have one more thing anyway. So
okay. I just think it's funny. People are grading their VHS with IGS.
And selling them or supposedly for thousands of dollars, where I think it's shill bidded.
I have no idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think it's interesting more than anything. So
I'm half excited to. I would love to grade a VHS, but I would. No offense to them, I don't necessarily have the trust with them to send them anything to grade.
Mm.
So
Yeah, no offense, but complete offense to them. I
no,
would never
no.
send them shit. So,
I would love to grade VHS. I'd be excited and I'd be into it because
yeah,
you've sucked me into that world a little bit. So
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
that's fun.
Get all the Canadian variants. Eh? Um, I'm fascinated by it that people are jumping on it. I feel like it's a big pump market, and it's it's not that it's not passionate, but it's got to come from a place of collector passion over everything. I think kind of like video games really has. Um, when markets are created as a not markets, but when a niche collectible is put out there and promoted to make a create more value out of what Dennis likes to say, the 3 or 7 R's or whatever he comes up with, the rarity, relevance, and
Seven
rarity,
hours.
rarity, relevance, and um, road runners or something. It's important, right? But it's got to be from this place of almost genuine love for collecting, which Kenneth and Dennis both had when they started WADA. It was a genuine thing that they were collectors of video games for years, so they had this genuine approach to it.
Mm.
Right now, I feel like there's nothing in it. The company that is grading these games is called Investment Grading Services. So if you're looking to buy a sealed VHS tape as an investment, you got to get your head screwed on right. You got to look at this from a different perspective. I think that yes, there needs to be something out there, and maybe they are the right company to do this, but it has got to become coming from a genuine place, and I don't feel that at all when I see the posts for it. And a lot of times I don't see that in video games, and so that's why I get drawn into the weird, obscure stuff, because there is a genuine love and passion there for this stuff, and it's got to be there with videotapes. It's got to be there with DVDs. It's got to be there with records. You have to have a genuine passion for it. Otherwise, it comes off as contrived. It comes off as forced and not something that is sustainable. And unfortunately, that is really what happened in the marketplace with video games when VGA came out in 2009, 10, or whatever. And
Yeah, that was right
yeah,
then.
there was passionate people about it, people that came from it with a genuine heart and collecting experience. But so many people jumped into it just to pump and dump. And I feel like we're going to see that with VHS tapes real fast.
Well, it needs to start somewhere, but you know,
They, to their credit, there's very little data or information on them. People that collect sealed tapes, I love it. I think that there are two different types to the hobby there. There's people that collect tapes, and then there's people that are branching off, and like this sealed stuff is really cool and really hard to find. So I guess that's genuine, but I don't know what I'm trying to say.
well, I mean, you in my
Authenticity is key.
yeah, in my mind, you come down to the factors that made WADA such a great draw for me personally, because I've graded with VGA ever since they came out.
I did
And,
too. I loved it. I thought the idea was great.
yeah,
I'm never going to deny that. I know Dennis liked it in the beginning,
oh,
and he'll admit that he graded stuff with VGA. You go back and read old Nintendo Age forum posts. He was like, "Yeah, although that's cool. What's a VGA 90? What does it mean?" We were all intrigued by it.
yeah. But what made WADA special is that they came out and created a case that was much more tamper-proof. Which, when you start getting into games now that they're in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands for most, but some are in the hundreds. Uh, that's going to become a factor in my mind. Maybe that's just me, but it's, at least in my mind, it's that added security. I know the people who are grading it, and I know their passion for it. It's transparent to a degree. It just handles a lot of factors. And if I flip that over into looking at IGS, we don't have that yet, but I guess it has to start somewhere. So maybe they can either pick their game up, or maybe another company can come along and do a lot like what WADA did, only much faster, and address these small little things to where people are going to be excited to grade their VHS tapes, which would be really cool. I think that would be awesome.
I do too.
Maybe Sean will do it.
Sure, he should.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it, other than just creating a company. Yep. You have to have the right market approach.
Passion, mindset, ethics.
I'm not saying they don't have it. I'm not sold one bit on it.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and bash.
Prove me wrong, I guess, is what I'm going to say. I have thousands and thousands of tapes, and I have well over 2,000 sealed VHS tapes, not from anything other than going into thrifts over the last 10 years looking for video games and only coming out with VHS tapes for 20 cents to $1 a piece sealed. So, that's just the nature of it. So I'm passionate about it, and I'm cheap as shit. And I have a hard time buying a VHS tape off eBay at all. But video games were once like that for me too. So I can see future potential with it for sure. But
cool. Well, maybe we'd like to hear from our other 5 viewers and get their comments down below. Leave your thoughts. Leave your comments.
I would love to have IGS come on our podcast one day and talk to us about their process with VHS tapes.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that would just add transparency, and that would make me more comfortable for one. And then I think it'd be fun to send some tapes off to them. I don't care, but
I do.
I'm saying with transparency.
Oh, with transparency.
With having somebody like that on, you're saw me a little bit, but I have something that I'm going to quiz you on here.
All right.
And see if you might know. This will be fun. One last thing. This is the last thing I got. Just so you know. Tell me if you know what this is.
Yeah, it's the developer copyright. Or the signatured one. Is that signed?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the one that came with that's the first release of Modern Warfare 2.
Essentially. I mean, if we had Dan Gomez on, in fact, I probably should have saved this for him, but
it came with the employee. It was given to employees, right?
No, this was a press kit for GameStop.
Press kit Arizona, huh? Damn, what a nice place.
Press kit with GameStop, and it had some more components, but this is obviously the biggest one to it. And Dan was nice enough to sell this to me, and I thank him for it.
That's awesome.
So I'm pretty excited because it's one of my favorite games. So
how should that be graded in the future? Should it be included as the whole press kit?
Well, you're not going to grade the whole press kit because it came in a metal ammo can. I mean, that's VGA, I guess, but are they going to know all the components inside? I mean, I don't even know.
They're the video game authority. They should. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They should know the components if they are the authority of video games.
But to be fair, I mean, I don't know that WADA wouldn't even know all the components of that. I don't. I don't know anybody who does because we're kind of figuring out as we go. But with that said, Dan has a beautiful, you can go on his Instagram and check out his press kit. You'll see everything that's inside of there. His is beautiful. Oh man, he picked up a really nice one.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've seen that, and I only know about that because of Dan Gomez.
Yep. The man knows his Xbox. I will tell you that.
My God, it's midnight. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, and we look forward to having Dan, Sean, and Eric hopefully back on the podcast here shortly.
I rented another storage unit today, filling it up
with games.
Whatever I can put in it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm crazy. So I just need more room.
I need a bigger house too. That's it.
I have a nice sized house. This is just where I'm secluded to in this space. So
that's what Laura allows you to have.
Yeah. You know what they say?
Happy
wife, happy wife.
Is that the saying?
That's the saying.
All right.
She's happy. She's happy.
That's good. Well, thank you everyone for watching this far. Thanks for listening to us. Thank you, Michael, for pushing us to get on here and do another one. It's been a little while. We hope to have another one here shortly with a new guest. And thanks for watching. Please comment down below. Let's get this game to somebody.
And
have some
don't
fun.
Backdoor people. Don't be a douche.
Yeah, don't backdoor. We'll get it. Maybe we'll get into that on another time. But
you can bleep me if you want. Okay, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, that's it. This is going to somebody. Leave a cool comment, thought, something, anything, and then we'll pick the winner next time. And then just send us your information, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.